Alright guys, what's going on? Today I'm just gonna do a quick recap of my trades today and then oh wow, okay. It's past 12. Yeah. I was like, why is my PNL not there? Do a quick little recap on my trades today, and then also I have this very interesting pattern I've seen on the NQ future. And then the stocks that are within the Nasdaq that are following that. So quickly, I just want to go over my trades today. I did go ahead and play the small cap stocks today because there were a couple that were very popping off in despite the or because of the green move we had in the market today. So I did go ahead and play those stocks today. Let's see. Let me turn on my show trades here. Today, early morning at the bell, I wasn't available. I had to get to a doctor's appointment. So in the morning, I did trade ASTC. It was gapping up a good amount from yesterday, and I basically played it from the break of 350 here pre-market um, up until 4 because the last break or the previous candle's highs were 344. So I knew the break of 350 would send the stock ripping, especially in pre-market. Um, I got lucky here a little bit because I bought in at let's try to get to the 1 minute chart real quick. Um, I bought in here at 350, right? And then I went in 400 shares deep on this one early. Bought in, pushed up, and I wanted to sell out right here. And for some reason, my shares weren't selling at this level. And I assumed because the price faded real quick. So I was still holding at this position, holding. And then it started ripping back up again. And again, I set another sell market order. And my price point I wanted to sell at was 380, but obviously this price was way further. It was already at $4, peaking at $4. So I was like, why isn't my price or my order going through yet? And I quickly had to go back and change my order. So since I clicked sell market here, right, and then sent the order in like that, this was set today, and it wasn't EXT. And EXT means after hours or extended trading hours, and so pre-market market orders don't go through. So I was almost screwed myself over there, but I quickly was able to make that adjustment and get out at 398 there. Past that, at the open, as I said, I wasn't able to watch the stock, but it came here, dipped under, pushed up here, whatever. It was playing around the VWAP, and then all of a sudden, we saw this big spike of volume coming into the stock. um, right around 906, 907, there was a lot of volume that started to come in. And at this point, I was basically just trading based off of price action, right? Um, right here, I got in for the break of 6, over 6, and I sold out at 639, 300 shares there. Right here at this small candle right here, went in with 100 shares at 680. Was hoping for it to break over 7 again. Got out at 689. And then what was this one? This was just it was supporting near the 650 area, so I got in at 660. I got filled at 660, a little bit higher than I would like, and then quickly just scalped it for 9 cents a share, and that was 100 shares there, just $9 there. But where I did so, at this point I was up on the day like around $300, I think, with these trades, or at least like $280. And then I also, after I was up 280 here, let's go over to JNUG. I took in a trade here. Well, I took one in the morning, and I was hoping for the break. So I was breaking over VWAP, right? And I don't know why I sold really early there. It started fading a little bit, and I sort of got caught out. Stopped myself out just to control my losses there. Although if I waited a little bit longer, yeah, I broke higher to $6. Anyways, um, looked at JNUG here. It was pushing up, had a pullback, and then right on this pushback up, I got in around like for the break of 6 again, and I put myself in, and this is where what happened was I was up on the day, right? I was doing fine. Pretty much where I could call it a day of trading. But I had a good amount of buying power left, and I was just trying to get that $300 profit loss day. Um, and just by doing that, I was filling myself. I wasn't finding the best A quality setup. Although it was pushing up here, it was maxing out at what the high of this candle was 614. That's not that it's not much range from 610 to 614. And I didn't wait for a pullback to get in around 6 or anything like that. And I was just doing a little bit more poor trading here, but it pulled back a little bit here and pushed back up to 619 high, and I got out at 617. You could say I got lucky there. I could have really got caught in a bad trade there with selling off, especially with 500 shares on hand. That was a little bit risky. Although, yes, it did push up throughout the day, all the way up until 718. Totally fine. Find the opportunity, got in, got out, made my money, I was done there. Lastly, the trade that I'm not very proud of. So, at this point, I was up $320 on the day, right? And I was like, yo, I only used maybe 3/5 or 2/5 of my buying power on that day, so I had a ton of buying power left. And I was like, yo, you know what? I'm just gonna quickly get in right here and get out at the resistance of 7, because that's where this candle almost got up to, and it broke the previous candle's high. So I assumed it was gonna go up to 7 again. Although I really just try to force myself into a trade at this point, and got in at 685, and I didn't want to get below 650, and it dipped down to on this candle's low was 639, and so I didn't really want to hold on to my trade that long, especially with the 190 shares. And this stock was very volatile today. It was up 500-600% at one point, I believe. So I didn't want to get myself caught. Had to cut my losses at 6.5 within at 685. That was fine. That's fine. Pretty good trading day overall, although I need to control my trading in the later day. If I do hit my daily goal early, I need to get into better quality setup trades later in the evening if I do have my buying power available, and not just basically try to run through my buying power just to run through it. I need to either call it quits on the day if I hit my daily goal, or at least find A quality setups to enter my trades into. So now let's look at that interesting pattern on Nasdaq that I'm talking about, right? So Nasdaq, here's the future, and if we go all the way to the 1 year 1 day chart, right? What's the 1 day one? Is it 1 day? Is it a weekly? I messed it up. No, not 20 day 1 hour. I'm pretty sure it was 3 year weekly. I think, okay, so on 3 year weekly chart, right? Yeah, I think this is what I was looking at for NQ, and then AMD and Tesla, we can look at that a little bit closer. But we look at NQ, right? It's been selling off. The market's been selling off. NQ is the Nasdaq future, so we've been selling off. But something that I found interesting is when we came up on this SMA for the weekly future, you see NQ bounced very nicely on this on the weekly. So each candlestick is a week, right? We were selling off. We bounced on that SMA, and we made higher highs throughout the week. And you can see this in various stocks that are within the Nasdaq. And let's go to the chart that I was looking at. Yeah, so the 1 year 1 day chart for these stocks, right? These like Tesla, it came down, sold off, got to the bottom right here, bounced on this SMA and pushed right back up. And also we see that on AMD as well. Same thing here. Sold off, bounced on the SMA, pushed right back up. And then lastly, Nvidia had the same exact pattern. Sold off, bounced on the SMA and made higher highs. And the thing is that we see here is this pattern is really based on the technical analysis, because you have your news of the whole selling, the Nasdaq selling off, the S&P selling off, but what really caused that extra push up? There hasn't really been too much strong news to make it bounce enough, right? So if we let's go back to here and we see the S&P, we're not going to see that pattern here that well, right? We don't see the pattern on this chart. Yes, we see a bounce, but the SMA is so much higher. There's nothing really, there's no actual price action or any indicator here that we've bounced on. Maybe there is an indicator that I don't have listed in my studies, but what I'm saying is in general, everything, even on the S&P, on the weekly chart, it fell below the SMA. Although on NQ, let me bring up the Nasdaq future again. It didn't sell off below the SMA, and that's very interesting to me that I didn't do my homework on time to understand earlier what was really going on. And you see stocks like Tesla, AMD, uh, Nvidia. I don't know about Nvidia too much, but I know Tesla, AMD, they've been ripping, and it's solely because of the pattern that it bounced off the SMA and made its higher highs. And I know Tesla was at 300 what 70 when we just looked at it on the chart, and now it's at after hours the bid price was at 540. So that, what is that? That's like easily over like $150 a share, right? So we have to continue to monitor the markets in this type of situation, and with the unemployment report coming out, with all these different sorts of news to either make the market very bullish or very bearish, we have to be very careful as traders getting into any position, um, especially for the long term. So that's it for today. I want to try to keep these videos short and sweet. I know yesterday was just a bit long, and this is turning out to be around 12 minutes as well. But again, guys, keep a close look on these indicators. They can do a lot of wonders. And also keep a close eye on the news, because there's going to be a lot of news that is going to try to pump the market just to pump the market, and there's going to be a lot of news that is also going to pull down the market. Take it for how you want it. Tomorrow the unemployment uh, report comes out. People say it's going to be one of the closer ones to uh, the financial crisis that we had back in 2008, and the numbers should reach up till there. We'll see how the market reacts to that news, and we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully, as a recap. Today, up on the day, I ended up 283. Yesterday was 200. The day before, I lost 100 something. But it's okay. We got to stay successful. Keep your goals ahead of you, and stay green, guys. See you guys.